Every variable in C++ has an associated type, and the type of a variable can't change. Once we tell the computer that a is an int, it's always going to be an int. There are times, though, when writing out the full type of a variable can be very verbose or overly repetitive. Sometimes, when the compiler is generating a type for us, we don't even know the name of the type we're storing when we write the code. For these times, it's useful to be able to ask the compiler to figure out what the type of a variable should be for us. This is exactly what the auto keyword is for. When we declare a variable, we can use auto where the type name would normally be. This tells the compiler that it should look at the initialization for the variable and deduce what type we're going to store for us. For example, this simple variable declaration is deduced to use the int type because we've initialized it with an integer literal. I want to reiterate that this doesn't make C++ dynamically typed. The compiler is going to figure out the type for us at compile time, and that type can't change later in the code. If we tried to assign a string value to this int variable, our program would not compile. There are detailed rules to how the compiler goes about deducing the type from different kinds of expressions, but the most common cases are pretty intuitive. There are a couple different schools of thought about when you should use auto and when you should write out the complete types. As a result, how frequently auto shows up in C++ code will vary from project to project based on their style guides. However, there are some places where you have to use it, so it's good to know what it means.